Hey, welcome back to my shop, and welcome back to the multi-part series on inlay. I'm going to show you in a few easy steps how to go from here to there. This is part 3. The next step is to take this packet over to the scroll saw and cut down through this central vein. We'll then take the packet apart and take alternating pieces of veneer, put them back together to make the packet of veneer that goes inside the template that then we'll use the router template bit and guide to cut out the actual leaf. This will be cut out from here. Foot pedal that allows me to turn the saw on and off by just merely depressing the pedal with my foot down at the bottom of the bench. This allows me to use 2 hands to control the packet, and I end up getting a slightly better control when I'm making cuts. Again, this is a useful but not necessary accessory. Okay, I've got the light up out of the way. Normally I keep it a little bit closer so I can get a better view of what I'm doing. And I have the air nozzle directed just right behind the blade to blow the dust away from the line of cut. 2 other useful accessories. I like to use a pair of reading glasses just so I can see better what's going on down by the blade. And of course, always wear hearing protection. All right, let's cut out this packet. All right, so the packet's cut. You'll notice I was pretty close to the line, but I just want to let you know it's okay if you get off the line because the line is really a guide. And my best advice when you're making these cuts is go in a smooth flowing manner and just try and stay with the line as much as possible. But if you're off the line, it doesn't matter because it won't show when you put these pieces together. Okay, the next step is to take this packet apart and reassemble the individual veneer leaves into the next packet so we can cut out the leaf that we'll use for our insert. Now this is pretty simple. I just have a pair of jeweler's dikes. You can use any small needle nose pliers. So the first step is to take this tape off so you have access to the pins. And I found 1 of 2 things happen. Either you can open up the pin on the back and then peel it out through the top, or you end up cutting the pin and pulling it out from the back or the front. So the first thing I do is I just use the nippers to kind of push into the cardboard a little bit so I can get a bite, and I grab enough to hold on to the pin but not cut it. And then I'm just bending it back up straight. Remember, we peen those pins over on the anvil with a small hammer. And then on the top, you do the same thing. And then you just grab and roll forward, and then you remove that pin. So I'll do that on this entire packet. I'll stop the video so you don't have to watch that. It's kind of boring. And then we'll pick it back up as I'm putting the packet together for the next step. You might remember I'm a big fan of using these binder clips. They have a lot of uses in the shop. So there's our packet. We cut down through the central vein, and now we have these 2 pieces. What we do now is take the top and bottom cardboard out, and we're left with these pieces of veneer. So I'll put those on one side and these on the other side. And what we're going to do is combine alternate pieces. So I'm going to take these two pieces, put them together, and you'll notice that in this case the vein goes up this way and our veneer grain is actually angling down, and that's okay. I've learned not to throw away anything, because what I can do with this particular pattern may not work every time, but I can flip this around, and now that's going this way, and it gives me a slightly different central vein, and with the same template cutter pattern, I end up with two slightly different leaves. So I'm going to keep that. So what I'm doing now is looking at the grain and setting these up so they orientate upwards 45 degrees. So there's the green, and we're going to orientate them 45 degrees out and away from that central vein. Same thing here. I'm going to orientate actually every other one. And there we go, they're going 45 degrees away. And then these are the opposite ones, and they are orientated 45 degrees. Now what I'm going to do is take our 2-inch veneer tape. I'm going to tape these back together again so that we can make another packet. And again, what we're trying to do now is take the next packet and put it in this template that we will then use the router template bit and guide to cut the leaf out of that packet. And we'll end up with that. And then that is what we will use for inserting into our recess that we cut with the template guide. Before I actually insert this in the recess, I will use sand shading to shade along that central line and along the bottom edge of the leaf to give it some realistic depth.